Natty or bust. Today we talk one of the biggest storylines heading into SEC Media Days in the team that's natty or bust this upcoming year in college football. All right, what's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode. Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video, man. Bring you guys action all season long. So appreciate you guys following along. Make sure you guys join and become a member today at najehwilk. Everything is linked down below. And follow me on all my social media handles. Today we are talking about the one team in the SEC, I think is pretty much natty or bust, right? Some people are going to bring up Georgia, right? Some teams will bring up Alabama, right? Some teams will bring up maybe Florida in the mix or LSU. LSU is kind of trending along that category. But it's one team that's pretty obvious. It's natty or bust, right? And we even see here with this headline of this team that can they handle all of their talent, right? And that team is no other than the Texas Longhorns, right? It is natty or bust. One of the biggest storylines heading into SEC Media Days will be the Texas Longhorns, right? And how do they handle the pressure? I think this team has gotten so much better compared to a year ago, right? A year getting better, a year of growth, a year of maturity, a year of Arch Manning figuring things out, and a year of I don't give a damn no more if I'm Arch Manning. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna go ball, right? And they surrounded him with everything he needed in order to be successful moving forward. There is no more questions about this group. There is no more questions about this team. You have to go out and deliver. And I think a national championship or anything less than that would be a failure for the Texas Longhorn this year. And the biggest question, like he said in storyline, is can Texas handle all of its talent? It's pretty simple. Can they do it? When you look from top to bottom, right? Xavier Woods no longer on the team, right? When we look at just wide receiver, this team is loaded. You look at Cam Coleman, right? What he's been able to do so far in his career, right? You look at Ryan Wingo, right? What he's been able to do, right? Didn't have his best season last year, but you've upgraded the wide receiver spot, one of the top receivers in the country, right? You have good depth there as well. You got some young thoroughbreds that's going to look to come in there and be able to play at a high level for Texas this upcoming year to add to the depth of the roster into the team, right? But there's only one ball. There's only one ball. Can you lock in? Can Emmett Mosley make an impact this upcoming year as being the main returner to the team this upcoming season? Right? Will he be able to take a step forward this year? That's one of the bigger questions when we look at obviously the wide receiver room for the Texas Longhorns. Very good talent at the position. Now, the other talent we're looking at is running back. I think they've gotten so much better. Last year they had Trey Wisner, right? They had several other guys that was, running backs for them, but it just wasn't good enough, right? This year you got better. This is way better. You got Malik Brown from Arizona State, and you got Hollywood Smothers from NC State. And we've seen when he's healthy, he's a load. He's tough. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He can make plays, right? And we're not saying he is a Bijan Robinson, but he's pretty damn good. And you got Derek Cooper, too, a true freshman that's coming in that should have an impact year one, despite those two backs, right? Derek Cooper should be able to make some noise this year for this Texas Longhorns group. It's that simple, right? He should be able to make an impact. That's three backs for them. But the biggest question of all for Texas is the offensive line, right? Has the offensive line gotten better, right? Look at Trevor. Look at some of these guys they've added. Can it be better? Because they struggled in some games. Kentucky, they barely won. They struggled in that game in order to block and be able to make plays for them. So one of the bigger questions is the offensive line. Has that improved? Because your quarterback's gotten better, your running backs have gotten better, your wide receivers have gotten better. Has the offensive line truly improved in the changes you made when we look at the transfer portal and all those additions? Is it significantly better when it comes to this team, this roster overall? Because the talent is definitely going to be there when it comes to Texas. Can you guys buy in just enough, right? So when we look at the changes on the offensive line, getting a guy from Western Kentucky and Lawrence Seymour was a big time piece coming in. Melvin Siani was another one coming over from Wake Forest, right? Four-star projected. Jonte Newman was another one that came over from Texas A&M that comes in as an offensive lineman. Paris Patterson is another one coming over from looks like Western Michigan or SMU with the Bronco, right? He comes in and he comes over, right? So those are the guys on the offensive line. Dylan Skorsky is another one from Oregon State, right? So those are the guys you're going to be leaning on when it comes to this offensive line, right? And obviously some of your returners. Can it make a big difference this year? That's the biggest thing offensively. When we look at things defensively, I think they're loaded. Look at Colin Simmons, right, as the edge rusher position for you, being able to make plays, being able to do different things. He's talented. He's good. He has great potential, right? He's very aggressive. He is a great player. And he already said it. We're coming for smoke this year. We want revenge against Ohio State. Come in with the mentality, right? You have good linebackers when you look at it too from top to bottom, right? Defensive line, you know what I'm saying, should be much better. You know what I'm saying? This is a team. Hold on. That should be much better at the position, right? When you look at the moves you made and going to go get a top portal guy, right, this past year and landing Rasheem Biles from Pittsburgh, that makes you significantly better, right? Your Mike linebacker, T. Anthony Smith, right, should be able to help you, should be much better this upcoming year, right? When we look at defensive line, can Justice Terry take a step forward? That five-star prospect coming out of Manchester here in Georgia. Can he take a step forward? Right? Defensive tackle knows Ian Jeffrey, Alex January. Can those guys be much better this upcoming year? Right. So those are some of the questions we have, obviously, when it comes down to Texas. Corner wise, I think you should be very good. Right. You obviously got Grayson Littleton. He should be a player for you that takes a big step forward. He started as a true freshman, in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? And played really well. Really man down that slot position for you. Right. And he's a guy that you think, okay, coming in another year, player that can take another step forward. Like this is a team that should be much better when it comes to that, right? So overall, safety wise, right? Jelani McDonald, right? Think about Kate Phillips. Think about these names that should be able to help Texas overall. And it's a way more talented unit from a season ago, right? Plain and simple, right? But it comes down to defense was good last year. Defense won you games. Can the offense be better? It will. Defensively, can you make the plays necessary for the team to take a step forward? Right? That's it. But you got young talent. You got Tyler Atkinson, right? You got Justice Terry, right? You got these pieces coming in that should take a big step forward for the Texas Longhorns in 2026, right? It's that simple, right? You got good young freshmen. You got good players that should be able to make an impact for you, right? But to me, it's what freshman is going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, take the step forward. So when we look at this list, right, you need okay, so when we look at this class, it was the number 3 overall class, right? Coming out of high school. Very talented, very good, right? Somebody has to contribute, right? Is it Jermaine Bishop, right? Diabell, we know is not going to play, right? Tyler Atkinson is a player I think should be able to have an impact this year. Jamar and Carlton, right? Because remember when Colin Simmons came in as a freshman, he made an immediate impact, right? Was he a star yet? No, but you knew about Colin Simmons as soon as he came in as a freshman, right? Samari Smoke Matthews, cornerback, can he have a role like how Grayson Littleton did last year on the outside boundary coming from Hugh in North Carolina? Derek Cooper, I'm expected to have an impact as a freshman coming in, right? James Johnson coming from Miami Northwestern, pretty good team in Florida. Can he come in the defensive line along with Justice Terry and them boys in Ian January and make an impact year one, right? So you got the talented roster, right? When it comes from top to bottom of safeties, players coming in, trying to make an impact for you. There's no excuses, right? So that's why this year for Texas, it's not your bust, right? You have everything you need. Quarterback, you surround the talent. You have the number 3 freshman class coming in. Somebody should be to make an impact this year for Texas. Everybody ain't gonna play. Everybody ain't gonna play. But we seen young guys stepping up in spring practice. We seen young linebackers making the role and doing the thing, right? And for Texas to take that step, it's gonna have to be some young guys that play well. In addition with the veterans, right? You wouldn't even hit the portal for a reason to bring in veterans. You need young guys to step up there too and to make a big time impact if Texas is going to do what they do. But I think this year you have to get to a national championship. You have to win, right? This is probably Arch's last year, right? All the talent is there. You use the portal to your advantage. There's no more excuses, right? So expect when you go to Tampa, me to be all around Texas, asking these national championship questions, and expect the narrative to be Natty or bust. It's that simple for Texas, right? It's unfortunate. It's a scenario, situation, but you don't make those moves unless you're trying to win and contend for a national championship, right? This year is different because Arch Manning didn't have the experience, right? Arch Manning was rusty. Arch Manning hadn't played a full 12-game slate of college football games. He didn't play a full slate of SEC games. He has now. He has the experience. He has everything at his disposal to be successful. No more excuses. So when we broke down everything, we talked about defense, handling the talent, things they need to do, how they need to iron things out. That's what it is. So Natty or bust for the Texas Longhorns in 2026. It's that simple. They're too good. Roster's too good. They need to be able to ascend in 2026. Just that simple. Well, there y'all have it, man. That's all I got for today, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video, join and become a member today, and follow me on all my social media channels. And let's get this channel, man, to 6K, man. We're not that far. Season is right around the corner, man. About a month and some change away. Let's get this channel to about 6K subscribers before the season starts, man. I might have a special gift for you guys. We'll continue to grow this thing and grow this channel to be one of the best college football channels and high school football channels that you can find anywhere on the planet. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, as always, peace and love.